Hey guys, nothingwire.com, and today we have the Nokia X dual SIM version with us. So let's go ahead and check out the pack at first. So it comes in the usual Nokia, very colorful pack you see on a blue base. So you get the Nokia X here, and it's priced about just less than 7,000, although the MRP is written here 9499. And then on the back you have some quick specs, your 4-inch WVGA IPS display, 1 GHz dual core processor, 512 MB RAM, and then you have 3G and Wi-Fi as well, and then it supports micro SD card up to 32 GB. It's also dual SIM, 2 micro SIMs, and powered by a Snapdragon processor. Nothing much on this side. So we already opened the box. We'll just quickly go ahead and show you the phone. So on top is the phone here. So we have the white version. You have many colorful versions. You can also buy the back cover here to go to match the color with your cloth or whatever, with your mood or stuff. So it comes in bright colors like the usual Asha and Lumia phones. So we'll come back to the phone in a bit. We'll see what else are in the box. So you get the typical Nokia wall charger, you see a micro USB 2.0 port there, and then you have regular earphones, silver plated audio jack, and then you see there is a mic only and no call control, no volume control button. Yeah, it looks more like an Asha phone rather than a Lumia phone. So it kind of plays between those two, between the Asha and the Lumia phones. This is the Nokia X. The USP of this device is that it also runs Android apps. So the Nokia X looks very rugged and tough. So even if it falls from a considerable distance, then probably it might survive a few falls anyway. So you have this plastic IPS screen, so it's a 4-inch screen, WVGA resolution, and then you have the lone back key like on the case of the Asha phones. I suppose it's not protected by Gorilla Glass, but I'm not sure. So you do not have anything here. Here you have the micro USB 2.0 port. On the right side you have the power and the volume rocker, and then the 3.5mm jack. This button gives a very good tactile feedback. They are very nicely placed, and they don't shutter, or whenever you press them they're very firmly locked into place, and they come out just enough for you to quickly press and give that feedback. Very nice. Behind you have the 3MP fixed focus camera, no LED flash, your Nokia branding, and the speaker grill out here. You can open this. There is no prominent hole to open the back flap. What Nokia says is press the center, hold anywhere, and just pull it upwards and it opens. It gets a little difficult to open the back flap, mainly because the back flap there you see it also extends to the side, so it kind of covers the whole inner housing here, which also protects the device whenever it falls, by the way. And here you have your battery, 1500 mAh battery, then 2 micro SD card slots, and then 2 micro SIM slot, and then your micro SD card slots out here. Yeah? One of them supports 3G. So overall the Nokia X looks much like the Nokia Asha phones in a good way, because it's as rugged and as cute looking as the other Nokia phones. The Nokia X is basically based on a brand new OS from Nokia, which is basically a skin on top of the Android open source project. So you have the UI, which is kind of a fusion between the Asha platform and that of the Lumia devices, that is the Windows platform. So you have this typical unlock screen Asha like. You can see all the notification there. You can scroll among them. You can also do away with any of them out there. You can see, swipe up to clear. You can simply swipe up all and notification would clear. And then once you go here, you see the main app menu, and then your fast lane that came with the Asha. So you see all your recent activities there. I took a photo, I recorded a video, I updated all these apps and kind of stuff. So then I played Dead Trigger. I also installed Velomo to test the benchmark. So that's the fast lane, and then the app menu here. Now the app menu, you can see it looks kind of like much less finished Windows lifestyle. So all do not exactly look separate, but you kind of have separate layers or separate rows, I can say, of those. However, you can just simply long hold and then maximize an icon. You see it goes maximize my dialer. You can also go ahead anywhere, and then in some third-party apps, basically you can do some more stuff. You can simply remove it from the lifestyle. You can make it larger, as you can see here, or you can also change the background color simply by tapping it. Yeah, you can also create a folder and then place this on the folder. There are also some desktop widgets that you can place. For example, all these widgets that you can see, and you can simply select it, and the clock would be situated just below that icon. I'll just remove this. Yeah, so that's about the lifestyle. I'll just drag it here so that the lifestyle looks more compact. Well, Nokia does not call it lifestyles exactly because they are not, I don't know, so just keep it there. So this is your main app dock, and there is all the apps that you install would come below this, and this list, this grid will get longer and longer. You have the notification bar here. You would not get any missed call alerts or such. You just have this 5 shortcut functions, your my Wi-Fi stuff, and then for 2 SIMs, because it's a dual SIM phone, you can straight away go to the main settings from here. The settings will remind you of the Android setting. Now this actually based on version wise Android 4.1.2, so you would see the settings according to that. Mobile data and network, you can see you can toggle between SIM 1 and SIM 2. I have I don't have the SIMs right here, so you have dual SIM. You can again switch between both, and then your sound and vibrations, then the storage. You can see available is only 568. That's because I have again installed some games and other stuff. You have this much available, so you might not be able to install a very big games here, very big Android games. And having said that, not all the games, not all the apps of Android are supported here as well. There are only very few of those that are supported on this platform. You have your apps, the notification, fast lane. You can go ahead, also manage notifications of the individual apps, backup and reset, and you can add this many accounts here, and then you can see about phone. Okay, about phone, and you can see the software version is 1.1.2.2, Nokia X dual SIM, Nokia X software platform 1.1. So when you buy this, it might come in 1.0, but then immediately you would get the update. And you can see it's very, very smooth. Scrolling is absolutely smooth, no problem. Mainly because Nokia is known to not have much power on their devices, but then they build their software very integrated with the hardware, so you do not face as much lag as you would on an Android device. Let's check out some of the apps now. So first, the dialer, and it's a very big dialer. Nice. Nokia's dialers have always been perfect, and the call quality is excellent, superb as always. In case of Nokia, the reception is also perfect. There is no problem with the call quality and the reception. Both of the parties could hear the voices perfectly. There were no call drops, nothing at all. Very cool. You have the messaging app here, and let's show you the keyboard. So it's pretty small, 4-inch screen, or maybe not so small if you've not been using a 4-inch screen, but then for someone like me who are used to using a phone that's over 5-inch continuously, then you might find this keyboard a little smaller. You can hold it for various settings. It also supports some Indian languages. Yeah, long press and it will take you to the home page or the app menu, whatever. And then the default browser, and we've opened nationalgeographic.com, and you see it lags a bit while scrolling, but then it opens up the page all right, just like on your desktop, but it lags while scrolling. It also lags while pinching zoom, but pinching zoom is supported nonetheless. Yeah. But you see, the data does not get acquired as fast as we zoom out or zoom in. You also double tap, it will zoom in a bit. We tested the HTML5 score and it scores an incredible 463 out of 555. That's pretty good. And also within any application, this small window, dragging it up will show you the menu. So you can go to the settings and you can do all those kind of stuff. You can also create your tabs from here. Yeah? So that's the browser. And then we have the camera. So sadly it's a fixed focus camera, so it's mainly good for catching the info and mainly to upload the photos to Facebook, but not much of a use. You can of course use this camera when there is no other option, but then this is not the best option any day. You have the video recordings here. Stop that, and you also have a panorama here. Yeah. So we'll go back to still, and it continuously lags in many places. You have anti-banding, your ISO ranges till 400, noise reduction on, saturation, sharpness, picture quality, and some other stuff, your exposure compensation scale, and the white balance settings. Now of course it's like no fancy camera, however the details with these cameras are average, and having said that, under enough light you get a relatively decent picture, but then the absence of autofocus means that focus is basically in infinity. Everything is in focus, so you cannot make your subject stand out from the background. Remember, the videos are also only average quality and mainly to, as I told you before, capture the information. Nighttime photography shows a lot of noise. Then that's the gallery, and you have your camera, so you can go to a photograph and then you can edit it. So you can do all those stuff. You can highlight and things, cross process and other stuff, some color, playing with some colors, and then you can also alter the frame, like crop, reduce red eye, or you can straighten the photo. You can also share that via all these means. Yeah. There's also additional menu that will tell you the details of the pictures, see, and then some other stuff you can do. Set picture as the wallpaper and thing. You can also select multiple pictures and then share them, but of course you cannot batch edit them. Yeah. So let's go ahead and show you, play one of the video basically, and see how the display and the sound like. So we're playing a 720p video. It should play quite nice. Should not be much of a problem. Rightly so. So average viewing angle. Very glossy screen, so reflection takes over quickly. You see from here onwards you almost cannot see anything. And the screen is not dark, it's fine. Yeah. Sharp enough. No discoloration. No smearing, nothing. So 720p is perfect. Let's see how it plays a full HD video. That's 1080p. and I suspect it would skip a frame, a few. See? Lags a lot, skips a lot of frames, and no sync between the audio and the video. So basically no, the Nokia X is not for playing full HD videos, but then it plays the 720p videos pretty nicely, and the voice output, by the way, from the video is very good. The speaker does a very good job of bringing out the audio loud enough. We're gonna double check it by playing a song. The speaker. You can see sound is very loud, and although the speaker grill is situated on the back side, but then the sound does not get obstructed much, which is a good thing. And it's not very bassy, but then I just kind of like it. It's just enough bass and treble. The main thing is it's loud enough, so while when you're talking to someone over speaker, you shouldn't have much problem, even if there are disturbance around. You have the FM radio and alarm stuff. So those are some of the major tools. Now let's go ahead and try playing some games. We'll play Fruit Ninja first. Sadly, you cannot install large games, as I told you, so we cannot test games like Nova 3 or Asphalted, and I doubt even they would be compatible with this device because this is not exactly Android, you see. So no Google services there, no Google Play Store, no Gmail, no Google Maps, so you have to install them by side loading them onto this device, and there are also some most of the apps actually do not work. Nokia has prepared this device in such a way that being a totally independent platform, it should support some of the Android apps. That's it. So it's pretty smooth. Fruit Ninja. We'll try some others. We'll try Temple Run. For example, we have one of our more favorite games to test is Beach Buggy Blitz, and which is not available on the Nokia store here. I'm going to show you the Nokia store in a bit. Let's check out how it should play the Temple Run 2 also pretty easily. It's taking a long time to load. I know. Go away. Yeah. And because of the thick plastic back cover, you do not feel the heat. Although there is heat building up, I can just feel it, but it's not warm enough. Maybe with the thick plastic. But sometimes, by the way, is a matter of concern, because then the heat is retained inside the phone, and which could be bad for the machinery inside. That's why they say the more your phone's back heats up, the better it is for a phone, because that means that the heat is radiating outside and it's not going to make anything worse for the machinery inside. That's why metal phones and glass phones are preferred, because you can significantly feel the heat here, but then that also means that the heat is radiating outside. Yeah, so this is also smooth enough. Let's just kill it, and I'm gonna show you one of the problems that we faced with these big games. For example, it now needs to download some data. It says begin download, so at the moment I press begin download, it says download failed because the resources could not be found. and I'm sure that's because of the incompatibility with this particular OS. So that's pretty much the user interface, and we'll show you the benchmarks a little later. It's very smooth most of the time, despite of having a less memory, significantly less memory, but it's very smooth. So well within its limits, it performs quite admirably for everyday tasks. Now then, should the Nokia X find a place in your mobile shelf? Well, now let's talk about some of the pros and the cons. The pros of this one is, first of all, the build quality. It's very rugged, and it'll certainly survive many drops from even considerable height, mainly because of this back flap. It's very tough, and it kind of covers the whole phone. Number two, it's relatively smooth comparing to the other platforms at this price point, because despite of being a low memory device, low powerful device, the platform here does not ask for more power. It kind of blends nicely with the hardware, and for operations, for daily day-to-day operations, you would not find any lag whatsoever. However, there are cons as well. Number one, although it supports Android apps, but most of the popular Android apps are not compatible. You can of course run some of the Android apps, like let's say Dropbox, or some of the games like Temple Run 2, or you can see Fruit Ninja and all the popular ones. But then when things get little complicated, little more demanding, little high bandwidth hogging apps, they start to getting problem. And because it's actually only using the Android open source part and nothing of Google's own part. Now, open source part is for all, and then Google also develops its own ecosystem on top of that open source part, like the Google Maps and Gmail and Google Play service and other stuff. So Nokia X does not use those, so you cannot take advantage of the huge app collection of the Google Play Store. Most of those Google default apps don't even work here. That's one of the main cons. Number two is again the camera, which is fixed focus, very small power camera, and not really for photography, just to capture the info, but that's okay. Even the Moto E has a fixed focus camera. So those two are the main cons. Now it actually really depends on your preference. Now if you're a hardcore Android fan, then you would better go with the Moto E to really serve your purpose. There are other devices out there as well. There are Samsung devices which lags just a bit more than the Moto E. So Moto E could be a perfect choice. But then do not like the Android UI, the Android look and feel not that much. You like the Windows phones more, or you like the Asha phones more, but then you just wish there were more apps on the Windows or Asha platform that you would have found on an Android handset, then probably this phone makes the perfect case, because you basically get the look and feel of your Asha platform and a Windows platform as well, that fusion kind of stuff. But then you can also run some of the Android apps that would not have been possible if this wasn't there. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and please subscribe to keep getting this nice content in the future. Thank you.